Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome back to our bid to find baseball's greatest team. And today we will find the American League's greatest team. It is the final, the two teams that have reached the all the way through the knockouts of every franchise in the American League, and it is the 2008 Rays versus the 2017 Guardians. Now the Rays, to get here, they have beaten the 83 White Sox, the 2004 Red Sox, and the 1935 Tigers. The Guardians, well, they put out the 1927 Yankees in the first round. Second round, they put out the Astros of 22, and of course in the semi-final it was the 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers. So we know how this works at this point. It's a one-off game, modern era strategy, no injuries. Let's go and check the rosters. And here they are. So as ever, just give the video a quick pause, zoom in around me if you want to have a bit of a longer look, if you're unfamiliar with them at this point. Two sides not a mile apart in terms of you know, when they were around. Of course, my Lord and Savior Grant Belfour, the Australian pitcher, is going to be playing in this one, hopefully. Well, maybe he will. He might come out of the bullpen, he might not. But I don't think there's any double up on players, which is probably a good thing, in truth. So let's go check the starting lineups. And here are those lineups. It is Cole Crawford leading off the Rays in left field. Eric Hinske at right field bats second. Evan Longoria in third base bats third. Carlos Pena cleans up at first. Donia Navarro catches at 5. Ianori Imamura. I don't know why I struggle with the Japanese name so much. Iramura is going to bat 6 at second base. Then we've got Ben Zobrist in center field batting 7. Jason Bartlett shortstopping at 8. And James Shields on the mound continues to just not let them down all through this series, doesn't he? And then the Guardians, it is Bradley Zimmer leading things off in center field. Michael Brantley in left field bats second. Jose Ramirez, he's carried this team here, hasn't he? He bats third at second base. It's going well. Lindor's going to shortstop, cleaning up. Then we've got Jay Bruce in right field batting 5. Carlos Santana at first base batting 6. Gomez, the catcher, bats 7. Gandy Diaz at third base bats 8. And Corey Kluber will be the Guardians' man on the mound, or the Indians as they were at the time. Alright, so for one last time in the American League, let's do this. Now, of course, a reminder, the winner of this will face the winner of the National League in the All-Time World Series. So that's going to be an exciting one. But yeah, it's been a long time coming. You know, we've gone through most of the franchises with inter-franchise playoffs. And then, of course, knocking everybody out to get to this point. And, well, this is it now. This is the two best teams in the American League that are left standing. I think, as I've said before, I think we all would admit to being surprised to one, if not both of these teams being here. But we start with a 1-2-3 inning for Kluber. And James Shields will take the mound to face Zimmer now. And he starts with a 3-1 pitch, as that is hit into left field and straight down his throat. 4-1 away. In comes Michael Brantley. I think, certainly I have, and I'm sure we all have been sort of just waiting for Shields to have that off day. He hasn't really had one yet. He hasn't had a day where the offense has sort of got him out of jail, that I can remember anyway. Ramirez comes in, a 1-0 pitch. He grounds it to the second baseman to end the first inning. Hitless, scoreless, and errorless. As we go into the second, and Carlos Pena will lead off the Rays. I think the one thing we have seen from the Rays, isn't it, is that they kind of stay in a game, and then they have that big inning, whether it's Pena or, you know, typically I think it's been Pena, hasn't it, that hits the home run with runners on base, and they just sort of get themselves across the line that way. So it'll be interesting to see if that can continue here or not. You always think with that sort of team, eventually, you know, probability is going to catch up with them, and it's not going to happen. But they've got this far, haven't they? It's Lindor as lined it straight to the first baseman, and that is 1 away. In comes Jay Bruce. Full count on him with 1 out. He hits one up the middle, and that will be the first hit of the game into center field. A 1-out single for Jay Bruce. And it's Carlos Santana stepping in now. A 2-2 pitch. Santana watches strike 3. That is 2 away for Gomez. A 1-1. Gomez into right field. It's deep into right field. Yan Gomez has given the 2017 Cleveland Indians a 2-0 lead, or the Guardians. I'm never sure what to call them, because, you know, the franchise these days is obviously the Guardians. But I think, I mean, everybody kind of, we all know them as the Indians, don't we? So, and I always thought, I'm not a Native American, so it's easy for me to say. I never really found the name offensive, but the logo was a bit much, wasn't it? So, But yeah, I wonder a little bit. Oh, and that is very deep into center field, and that is a run back, Ben Zobrist. That is 394 feet. Not someone we've seen going deep at all, I don't think, in this series so far. And he has featured for a few teams as well. But that is one away. Jason Bartlett will step in. Oh, one away. That's one run back, I should say. But yeah, it's interesting because you have like the Braves and other sort of Native American inspired names. I think the Washington football team, that was a bad one, wasn't it? What was it? Redskins, wasn't it? That was a bad one. That I think we can all agree that one had its time. As another hit into center field, and a 2-out single for Crawford brings Hinsky back up. He's 0 for 1. But yeah, I don't, like I say, it's easy to say as a white guy, isn't it? What is and isn't offensive. But I can certainly see that why the badge was a bit much on the Indians. But the name, I don't know about that one. But it might be one of those things. You change the badge. What are you going to change the badge to, perhaps? So maybe it was just a good thing just to have a sort of a brand new start. As that is a strikeout. So 1 on, 1 out for Brantley, who is 0 for 1. A 1-2 pitch, and that goes straight up. And it will be caught by the shortstop for 2 away. And in will come Jose Ramirez. A 2-1 pitch. And he has hit that into left field. He's hit it over left field, off the wall. And is that going to drive in a run? It looks like it is going to. And Jose Ramirez with an RBI triple and 2 out continues to carry this Cleveland side towards the final, or the World Series, I should say, at this point. It is 3-1. And Ken Lindor now driving another run. It's an 0-1 pitch. And Lindor, grounds it to the first baseman. And that will do it for the third. It is 3-1 to the Cleveland team. And it is Longoria. Full count. Strikeout, 1 away. In comes Carlos Pena now. He is 0 for 1. It's a 1-2 pitch. Pena grounds it to the third baseman. That'll be 2 away. And let's see what Navarro can do now. He is also 0 for 1. It is a first pitch swing. And he has grounded it to the first baseman. And that is a very quick inning for the Rays, isn't it? So Jay Bruce, first hit of the game he got last time up. He's 1 for 1. First pitch, hits it into center field. It will be caught. And it'll be 1 away. In comes Santana, who's 0 for 1. A 1-2 pitch. And that is 2 away. I think he looked at the last one, strike 3 as well, didn't he? And in comes Gomez now. Hit the 2-run home run first time around. Full count this time. And he also watches strike 3. And that'll do it for the fourth. So it's a 2-run game going into the fifth. It is Iramura. And he has grounded it back to the pitcher for 1 away. In comes Ben Zobrist, who hit a home run last time up. 3-1 pitch. And Zobrist this time draws the 1-out walk. So tying run will come to the plate for the Rays. It's Bartlett. He is 0 for 1. And it's a 1-1 pitch. Bartlett grounds it to the shortstop. It's a double play ball. And that's exactly what happens. So that'll do it for the top of the fifth. And we'll go to the bottom of the inning. Yandy Diaz, who is 0 for 1. A 2-2 pitch. And that is up the middle. Is it going to get through? It is. It beats the shortstop. And it is a leadoff single now for the Guardians as Kluber comes in. He is 0 for 0, it says today. Not quite sure what happened first time up. Did he get hit or walked? I can't even remember now. He lays down a bunt. It's a particularly bad one. And the runner is thrown out at second. He does get to first, though. So Zimmer comes in. He is 0 for 2. Gets a 2-2 pitch. Zimmer into left field. It is caught. Runner will go back to first. And there's 2 away for Brantley, who's 0 for 2. It's a 3-1 pitch. Brantley has hit that pretty good. He's hit it very good. It is gone. And it is 5-1 for the Cleveland Guardians / Indians. And, well, is this the first time? I mean, it's 5 runs in 5 innings. It is the first time that we've seen them get at at Shields, and it is Grant Belfour. Can he come on and save the day? It is Ramirez to the plate. It's a full count, 2 out, none on, and it's a 5-1 game, and that's how it will continue into the 6th. So, can we get anything back here now? And that's it for my boy. He's done. Well, it was a wonderful, wonderful batter faced. Ibar comes in to pinch hit, and he gets caught in left field for 108. Carl Crawford now, 1 for 2 today. It's a 1-2 pitch. Crawford strikes out. That looked quite low, didn't it? No, it was there or thereabouts. So Hinske, 0 for 2 with 2 out and none on. 2-2 pitch. Hinske strikes out. And this is starting to look a bridge too far for the Rays, isn't it? Belfour oh, they've moved the pitching slot around. So Belfour continues to Lindor, who is 0 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. And he strikes out. Excellent stuff. 108. In comes Jay Bruce, who's 1 for 2. Full count. Bruce struck out looking. Oh, Belfour's good, isn't he? And how old is he at this point in his career? He is 30. So it's a 1-2 pitch on Santana. And Santana decides this time he will swing the bat to strike out, but strikes out nonetheless. So a 1-2-3 inning for Belfour. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Longoria will lead things off. It's a 3-1 pitch. And he draws a walk. So leadoff man aboard for Carlos Pena, who is 0 for 2. An 0-1. Pena pops it up. That'll be 1 away. Runner will stay at first, obviously. And it is Navarro, who is 0 for 2. It's an 0-1 pitch. Navarro into center field. Not hit well enough. And it's going to be caught out there by Zimmer. That is 2 away. And in will come Cliff Floyd to pinch hit. So that's Belfour done now. And Cliff Floyd draws the walk. 2 on. 2 out. Now, this is historically where we've seen a home run fly out, isn't it? With this Rays side. It's Zobrist, who's already hit 1 today. It's a full count. And just a little late on that one. Just a little bit late. And that will do it. It's time to stretch. 5-1 to Cleveland. Alright, welcome back. JP Howell is the new man on the mound. Gomez is at the plate. He is 1 for 2 with that home run, of course. It's a 1-2 pitch, and Gomez strikes out, and that is 1 away. In will come Yandy Diaz, who's 1 for 2. 2-2 pitch. Diaz strikes out. That is 2 away, and that'll do it now for Kluber. Chisenhall will come in to pinch hit. It's an 0-1 pitch, and Chisenhall, that's how you pinch hit. It is 6-1. And that is a big one, isn't it? 453 feet. It is 6-1 to the Guardians. And I think the Rays, they did very, very well, didn't they, to get all the way to the American League Final. But I think they've just been shown to be not quite at the same level as this Guardians team is. So we'll go to the 8th. It's a 5-run game. Only 2 hits so far for Tampa. And Joe Smith will be the new pitcher. And it's an 0-2 pitch on Bartlett, who strikes out 1 away. In comes Abar. He's 0 for 1. Of course, he came into the game for when they moved the pitcher around, wasn't it? He strikes out, though, too. So that's 2 down. Carl Crawford now, who's 1 for 3. It's an 0-1 pitch. And that is well hit into center field. And it'll be a 2-out single. And it'll bring up Hinske, who is 0 for 3. An 0-1 pitch. Hinske has popped it up. And that will take us into the bottom of the 8th. It is still 6-1 to the Cleveland Guardians. They are 3 outs away from being American League's greatest all-time team. And Brantley, who is 1 for 3, having hit a home run last time up, will go 1 for 4 in this one as he pops it up into left field. In comes Jose Ramirez, 1 for 3. It's a 1-0 pitch. And this will be, I think, the first game we've seen of this team where Ramirez hasn't hit a home run. He's got 1 RBI, of course. And Lindor will be the next man up. 1-2 pitch. He's 0 for 3. 2 out, none on. Lindor hits it well, very well, in fact. Lines it all the way to the fence in center field. And Francisco Lindor has himself a 2-out double. Can the Guardians pad the lead here? It'll bring up Jay Bruce, who is 1 for 3. 1-2 pitch. Bruce hits it into deep center field. It is gone! Jay Bruce, if there was any doubt, that probably dispels that, doesn't it? It is 8-1 now. It's up there with the biggest wins we've seen in the series. And it's a shame for the Rays that it ends like this, but I think this is sort of the level we expected them to be at, isn't it? Edwin Jackson will face Santana, who has struck out 3 times. He's got a full count on his this time, and he's hit the ball. Praise be. He's been caught in right field, but that's progress, and he can work on that going into the All-Time World Series, because surely the Guardians are going to be there. Joe Smith will try and close things out. Longoria's at the plate. He is 0 for 2. It's a first pitch swing, and it's a ground ball to the second baseman for 1 away. It'll bring Carlos Pena to the plate. He is 0 for 3. It's a full count on him. Unfortunately for the Rays, a Carlos Pena swing of the bat. Oh, that looked inside. That's a very harsh one, isn't it? Oh, I would not be happy to be struck out on that one. But they're down to their final out. It's Navarro. It's going to be a first pitch swing. He's 0 for 3. And Navarro grounds it to the third baseman. And the Cleveland Guardians will be going to the All-Time World Series. They are the American League's greatest team in history. So we saw some very good teams in the American League, didn't we? Obviously, in all time, you'd expect to see a few good ones, but it is the 2017 Guardians that come through on top. And given all the way back in the first round, they knocked out the 1927 Yankees, who I thought was going to be very, very hard to beat. They've earned it. They've not had an easy run. The 22 Astros, I should say, would we say that was maybe their easier game? But the 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers, a very good team as well. So, yeah, I think worthy winners, would we say? Just about, yeah, it's a one-off game, which always is going to be a little bit, could go either way, I suppose. But they're a good team, and it'll be interesting to see who they face in the All-Time World Series. I'll be back next time for the National League All-Time Final. It'll be the 2007 Rockies, I don't know either, and it'll be the 1925 Pirates. Are the 2007 Rockies going to go the way of the 2008 Rays and get to the final and realize that they really don't belong there? We'll find out next time. Take care.